What's up, y'all? This your girl, Flo Essencee, and we are here at FX's very own Snowfall, the premiere of Season 3. I'm so excited. We got some awesome people in the building. We got the cast in the building, the producers, the editors, everyone who's involved in this project is here. And if you haven't watched it, you need to tune in. It's an awesome, awesome show. Stay tuned. This is Flo Essencee TV.
Never get too greedy, Franklin. The minute you do that, you lost your advantage.
From here on out, we only deal with high-level customers.
You having trust issues?
Always. It's up to you to protect everyone. Can you do it or not? Are you sleeping at night? Like a baby.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Flo Essencee, and we are here with Walter Mosley, the writer of Snowfall.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah. I mean, being here, the premiere in DC, I mean, this has to be an experience.
It's kind of wonderful. It's great. It's great doing it in DC. I mean, DC is the black city. I mean, it may not be for much longer, but right now it is, and we're really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Well, this John Singleton and this guy Eric Amadio, they actually came up with the idea, and it was just a great idea. And John, put all of his energy behind it because it's his kind of story. South Central, Los Angeles, black people, and John called me after the show had, we'd start working on the show. He'd start working on it. He called me and he said, "Walter, I need you to be in the room with me. I need you to back me up." And I said, "All right, John, I'm happy. I didn't work on television before. Let's see what that's like." And it was a lot of fun. The great thing about John is John chose literally hundreds of black people to say, "Well, I'm going to make your life work. I'm going to bring your career into film, into photography, into writing." He was such a great. He taught thousands of people what we're like, but he brought hundreds of people in to tell that story, and that was wonderful.
Wow. So what do you think as far as you and now having to walk in these shoes and really, you're representing John at this point. How does it feel really putting yourself in those shoes?
Well, I can talk about what a great man he was. I can talk about how he represented our community without a fault, continually, all through his creative life, which probably started when he was like 10. I can work on his show. I can make sure that, what he wanted to do or what I thought he wanted to do, comes out. Yeah. And, that's it.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. What is your why? What keeps you going? This road isn't easy. Being a writer, there's so much more to it than people really, know on the surface. And so what keeps you going each and every day?
Well, it's funny. I write every day. I love writing every day. I love talking about our stories. I love talking about black male heroes. It's not like I don't like black female heroes. It's just there's a lot of women. Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, Terry McMillan. There's a whole bunch of people who tell those stories. Yeah. To talk about black male heroes is another thing, which I think John in film was doing. I've always been doing in books, and now I'm doing on his show. And I think that he knew that was going to happen. I think he was confident in it.
They say that a lot. Like when you know that you're going to move on, when it's going to happen. So you make sure that whatever you're doing in that moment, you live it through, and you make sure that the next generation can pick it up. So this is awesome. Thank you so much for spending time with me. This is Season 3 premiere, guys. I am excited. Tune in. I'm here with Amin. How are you feeling at the premiere?
I'm amazing. Thank you.
Man, playing the antagonist, how does it feel getting into that role and really producing that character?
Well, first of all, you can't think of him as an antagonist.
Okay.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm just playing. But you get into character by studying life, having a great imagination, and lending your talents over to the writing team and great creators like John Singleton. That's, God bless the dead. At
the screening of FX Snowfall, how do you feel? You guys had such a successful first season.
Yes.
How do you feel?
It feels brilliant. We're in Season 3, and it's amazing to have such a huge following, from celebrities to people who live this, to politicians, to white folks. Everyone really loves the show, and it pushes us to go even harder and make John Singleton proud.
Yeah, so do you feel like you really had to get into character, or was something really natural for you to just study and just hop into the role that you were destined to be in?
Oh, wow. I believe every role finds the actor. I definitely had a lot of great guidance from Singleton and Dub C and many of the consultants on the show. And it was something really important to me to be able to represent young African-American kids who have been in this situation and who have been forced to sell crack cocaine due to their surroundings.
Yes. Now, last but not least, what is your why? I feel like when we take certain roles, at times it can be with your morals, or at times it can just be, you know what, you want to just get that check. Like, what part of you resonates with this role so much?
Definitely the check. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. My thing as an actor is I know my craft and I know how hard I've trained to be an actor. And I always hated when people would label certain types of people as stereotypes. I grew up in the hood in London, Peckham, and those stories need to be told, and those people deserve to be represented. And there's loads of people in South Central as well. And it's my job as an actor to humanize those characters and let people know that no, they're not just angry mobster drug dealers. No, they're people who love their mums, who love their kids, who smile just like you.
Moderator of the evening, Mr. Joe Clay, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. As usual, it did not disappoint at all. And to sit here and be with the cast and get their feelings, their real feelings, since John's no longer with us physically, to get them to speak on it and emote was really, 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 really dope. And I was glad that I was able to be a part of this tonight.
Yeah, I have to agree. Like, I've been to a lot of screens, but what I experienced today was so different. It had emotion. It had even like pain. It had joy. It had a lot of different things. So what were you feeling standing up here talking with them?
I'm feeling all kinds of things. Michael Hyatt said something really dope about Frederick Douglass and Malcolm X and men of that ilk, or people of that ilk, and then she tied John Singleton into that. And we're sitting at the Mazza Gallery, right? All the way at the top, or in Chevy Chase, a place where, let's not even front, we weren't welcome for a very long time. And to be watching the screening of a television show, it's not a movie. We're watching just one episode of a television show that is directed by a brother, written by a brother, starring brothers and sisters, and the room was packed full of brothers and sisters in Chevy Chase. You do a lot. You've been on the radio for years. You have a lot of successful businesses. What is your why that keeps you going? All right. I'm gonna be very honest. There are two whys. One, to be an example for any young African-American male who is on the fence. I was a kid who was on the fence. I could have very easily ended up in the streets, and it wouldn't be any Joe Clay, because I was not good at the streets at all. So once I decided to go and make something, and I'm talking in 11th grade, and I decided that I was going to make something out of myself, I had to figure out why at that point, and it was really for us. I saw that the redeeming value in America was to make that marginalized group of us, along with our sisters, to push us further, to make us make a step. I don't care if it's a baby step or whatever, to push us further. So that's my why. The second one is the money. Let's not even play. Everybody always has these altruistic things that they say about the artistry and all that other stuff, blah, 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 which is cool. But as black folks, I think we really need to be talking about financial gains, getting your money right, getting it straight. You gotta work hard, you gotta keep hustling, you gotta keep going. And that's one of my things. I don't front. I like nice things. I like money becomes like money greases your life. It makes it easy. It's not as tough. And I want if I'm here on the planet, I want mine is as easy as possible. So the bread. Right. So I do it for the brothers and the sisters, and then I do it for this money.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. I really do, because
You better get some money.
I think that's something that we all can agree to, but nobody wants to admit it. So I appreciate you for saying that.
Well, here's the thing. I got a black wife and 2 black children, and she ain't playing at the Clare household, so we better be about that money. For real. I need my marriage to work, so I got to get my guap up.
I know that's right.
For real.
I know that's right. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. This is an awesome interview, and we are signing out.